This is the oldest Packard, Warren-built Packard in existence. They only built Packards in Warren, Ohio from 1899 to 1903. This particular car was built right here in Warren, owned by a gentleman here in Warren, and the gentleman who owns this car is actually responsible for this museum and its existence. He is the guy that had the passion for starting a Packard museum and convinced a small group of people that this is important, let's do it.
The National Packard Museum opened July 4th of 1999, starting out with one car and a 7,500 square foot showroom.
Since that time, we've acquired roughly 16 more vehicles. And the overall facility is now 21,000 square feet.
Marianne Porinchak is the executive director.
This car is our newest addition. It's a 1937 12-cylinder Packard. Only about 30 of them left in existence.
But the permanent collection isn't all the museum has to offer. Currently on display is an exhibit called Microcars Mini Wonders.
What we're looking at here is a Morgan Super Sport. It's a Beetleback model. It's made by the Morgan Motor Company, and they've been producing these cars for over 100 years at this point. I believe they started in 1909. It's very complicated the way that it runs and the different shifting, and it goes very fast. 0 to 60 in 14 seconds.
In this particular area, we have the Messerschmitt and the midgets. The Messerschmitt is interesting in that it was started by a company that built the cockpits of airplanes during the war. And when they were no longer allowed to make airplanes because of the agreement with the Allies, they decided, well, we'll take that engineering and we'll make little cars out of them. So this is a three-wheel car, and the inside of it, the driver's compartment, actually looks like a cockpit of an airplane. People didn't travel like we do today. You know, they worked within, blocks of where they lived. They didn't go on road trips as much. If they did, they took trains. A long trip in one of these cars was probably 25 miles.
At the other end of the Packard Museum is another exhibit called Start Your Engines, Open Wheel Warriors.
So we're showing the evolution of the simple, very basic yard go-kart. Then you have the soapbox derby here. There's 5 categories of midgets. The red and black midget is the very smallest, is a quarter midget. Then you also have this blue and white car. It's called a micro midget. From the midgets, a young person could move up. For the need for speed is to get into what's called the sprint cars. From the sprint cars, you move up to something even scarier, faster, and these cars are called a super modified.
And the final car in the lineup is the 1983 Indy car driven by racer A.J. Foyt.
This car qualified at Indianapolis in 1984 at 204 miles an hour.
Both of the special exhibits run through December 23rd.
We've always got something different to see. As soon as January hits, we're going to be going right into motorcycles.
We just can't rely on people coming in just to look at the beautiful Packard cars that we have here. We try to change things up and spicing it up.
We're bringing different things in. There's new things to see, new things to learn. So it's great to just keep coming back.
A lot of museums start with a big endowment from a family or a wealthy person. We didn't start that way. This was literally built from the ground up. We raise every year $235,000 to keep the museum open, and we raise it through store sales, through admissions, through grant requests to private foundations and some more public foundations, but the bulk of it comes from our annual fund.
For me, I look at this museum as being a place where you can go and you can understand how Warren got to be such an important part of the Western Reserve, part of Ohio.
We're very proud of this museum. It's not fancy, it's not glamorous, but yet it tells a story about the Packard family.
We're here for the community. This is not a closed organization. This is an organization whose mission is to reach out to the community and ensure that Packard legacy exists for the future.